like a bad dream.
There's days when you just don't come to play, and when you don't come to play and the other ones do, then you're in a bad time.
For while the defense sometimes would click, against the Bengals, they couldn't hit worth the lick.
Were you guys really that bad today?
Yes.
The films provide some clues. Dallas is a blitzing team, and when the blitz does not work, you get burned. But there's another theory. It's that the defense might be so good, it creates more problems than it can solve.
Our defense is so finely tuned that if your techniques are not good against a good operating offense, we'll get hurt pretty bad, as you saw in the film.
As physical as football can be, it's also a mental game. The beating by the Bears had just become a memory when the Bengals whipping occurred. So now the defense has to psych itself up again this Sunday.
If you're not mad at yourself for a game like that, then I don't think you should be playing football.
The other guys are out there trying to defeat you, and you have to stay together because you're going to have your ups and downs throughout the season. And I think the ability for this team to bounce back is showing that togetherness.
We are where we want to be. You know, we have a chance to accomplish our goal to win the East and pick up a little extra cash here and there.
To get the cash, the defense is counting on their old hands to see them through.
It's been our older guys, our leaders that have come through, and people like Everson Walls, like Dennis Thurman, who have maintained their excellence. You know, nobody predicted us to do what we've done, and we've done it with the same club we did it with last year when we were not in the playoffs.
It's been said that those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. It's a lesson the Dallas defense has had to learn the hard way.
We beat St. Louis when we had to beat them. Come back, we beat Philadelphia when we had to beat them. It's a test every week. It's a challenge every week. One, as players, we enjoy. And whether we got beat 50-24 or 100-24, we're going to be out there. We're going to be fighting. We're going at the Giants, and we're going to win this division.
Yeah, despite the Dallas
won the National Football League's Eastern Conference title. These Giants dominated the NFL in the late 50s and early 60s. The symbols of that dynasty are embodied in the names and faces of men who are legends, men who helped shape NFL history. One of the teams the Giants beat up on in the early 60s was the Dallas Cowboys, whose head coach Tom Landry had previously been a defensive coach with the Giants. The Cowboys then were a far cry from the Cowboys of recent years. Offensively, they were hardly explosive, while the defense was mostly self-destructive. It wasn't unusual at all to see their best plays backfire. But by the 70s, the situations had reversed. Landry's teams had won 2 Super Bowls, while the Giants epitomized incompetence and sank to the bottom of the NFL. A once proud dynasty fumbled away game after game and quickly became the has-beens of the league. But today, the Giants are back on top with a new exciting style and a never-say-die attitude that has restored the pride and winning tradition that was once synonymous with the name Giants. Today's heroes are Sims and Morris and Taylor and Marshall, who along with the rest of their team are on the doorstep of the NFC East title. But in their way are the Dallas Cowboys, who seek to regain the title themselves. Tony Dorsett is having one of his best seasons. And the Dallas defense, led by Randy White, is not about to take the Giants' challenge without a fight. The Cowboys are the proven winners in the NFC East and have their own tradition to protect. They've met 46 times before today, but never in a game as important as this. The NFC East title is on the line. The Giants against the Cowboys next on CBS. At Texas Stadium in Irving, of course, for this meeting between the Giants and the Dallas Cowboys on Week 15 of the 1985 NFL season. And we have been blessed with gorgeous mid-December weather. Temperature at kickoff, 42 degrees, a slight wind out of the southwest, and the forecast for continued clear skies. A look at the standings makes it easy to discuss the importance of the game. If Dallas wins today, they win the NFC Eastern title. If the Giants win today and win next week, or either Dallas or Washington loses, the Giants will win the championship for the first time in 22 years. This will not be Duckett. James Jones gives the Cowboys excellent field position at the 29-yard line. And for Dallas, Danny White joins Dorsett. Timmy Newsome and injured Tony Hill will start. He's had a pulled hamstring and has not practiced this week. Mike Renfro is the other wide receiver. Chris Schultz goes against Leonard Marshall, the other offensive line. Titans are Tom Rafferty starting his 140th straight game. Kurt Peterson, Jim Cooper, and a hobbled Doug Cosby, who also missed 2 days of practice this week. First down, 10, Dallas. Cowboys will throw on first down across the middle to Cosby. Good for the catch at the 37-yard line. Our football classic. Some of the nation's top seniors will be there, including Nap McCallum from Navy and Notre Dame's Alan Pinkett. Then the NBA returns as Larry Bird, Bill Walton, and Boston Celtics visit Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks both Christmas Day here on CBS. Scoreless first quarter. Gordon Banks is in at a wide receiver spot now, replacing Tony Hill. He is lined up to the left side, and flags fly. May have been motion which drew the Giants across.
What they're doing that time is you look at Burt. Offense, number 75. False start.
That's Phil Posderick, who has replaced Jim Cooper, at least for the moment, at right tackle. Cooper is out with a pinched nerve in his shoulder.
You know, these guys put their hands down, and boy, if you move those fingers or pick them up just a little bit, these guys are reading that defensive lineman, that is, and boy, they come flying off the football in that time. Evidently, Phil had picked his hand up, and so these guys jumped off and gave him a little penalty.
First and 15 after the 5th Cowboy penalty. 4th penalty of the first quarter. Play fake. Hogaboom. That is the 63rd sack of the 1985 season. Now, where will they say the contact came? It was the safety blitz, Terry Kennard.
Well, it's an unusual blitz. Normally, your blitzes come from your strong safety. But this time, it was Kennard, 43, coming from his weak safety position as the Cowboys are trying to roll to the right. Now, you're going to see him as he comes in from this side. He'll be coming in from right this angle, folks, and he's just full speed, and he's going to meet Gary Hogaboom right when he sets up. Now, there he is, right there, 43. No one picks him up. Hogaboom moving to his right. No one is responsible for blocking him, and he makes the sack.
That is a loss of 23. It's second down and 33, and Tony Hill back in the lineup. Dorsett with Titanson in front. Out to the 43-yard line. Jerome Sally, number 78, made the tackle. That's his second of the game.
Well, you know, you try to get, when you have a big penalty like that, and then when you compound your problems with your quarterback getting sacked, so the natural nice thing to do is, Vern, is just get 5 or 6 yards, nice little safe pass, 10 yards, maybe 15 yards, but the worst thing you can do is try to get 25 or 30 yards.
Gary Hogaboom started one game this year. That was in Philadelphia when White was out with an injury. He also played in a loss in Detroit. He played in the loss to Chicago here. And he played one down against Cleveland here, but hasn't had a lot of activity this season. Deep right side, wide open. Renfro. Touchdown. On third down conversions, they trail by 7 with 14:53 to go first half. From the shotgun, Galbraith lined up to the left. No blitz. Randy White comes and gets him. That's the 8.5 sack for Randy White this year. Sean Landetta replaces Phil Simms as the key figure for the Giants.
White in the bottom. As you see him fake the blitz, he's going to come right up inside. Beats his man that time badly. Beats Billy Yard, the left guard, badly.
Landetta quickly kicks it and gets a New York roll. It'll be out of bounds near the 11-yard line. 5:11 to go in the first half. Again, the play fake. Again, going deep. Walls with good coverage, tips it away. Intended for Byron Williams, a speedster, but Walls was with him stride for stride. Everson, of course, leads the league in interceptions with 8. but hasn't had one in about a month.
Sometime during a game, you always like to air it out, kind of put it up there, let them know you got the arm. You let them know you're going to be thinking deep. Boy, this is just a great effort by Walls as the ball was right there. And then right at the very last, Walls sticks his hand up there and knocks it away.
If he wins that title this year, he'd become the first man in NFL history to lead the league in interceptions 3 separate years. Joe Morris. Watch him scoop. You never... It has been said that Tom Landry has no sense of humor. That is not always the case. During a game between the Cowboys and Giants back in the early 70s in Yankee Stadium, a bomb threat was phoned into the press box. After the game, they asked Tom Landry, did you hear about the bomb threat? And he said, yes. He said, what would you have done had it gone off? He said we would have paused for 30 seconds of respectful silence, then continued with enthusiasm. First down and 10.
I'd say he likes to win.
It's batted out and intercepted. Jim Jeffcoat will score. Septien will try and tie it up. Done. And for the 58th time in the last 6 years, Ed Too Tall Jones has knocked down a pass.
You're going to see as he comes around, and then Jeffcoat comes up inside, and he comes behind Sims. Now there's the play. Now here comes Jeffcoat in the bottom left. Now up top you see Jones coming inside, gets that big right hand in there. Then Jeffcoat comes up inside, picks it up, and lumbers down the field. Look at that. Look at the stride on this guy. 77.
He looked like Larry Cole at his finest. He was a #1 draft choice 3 years ago and said among his goals is to prove that the recent history of bad #1s for the Cowboys was not going to apply to him. Too Tall. 7th time he's knocked down a pass this season.
Now Too Tall, look at him, show him how he did. Got that.
And Sims goes right back to work. Dexter Quinscale. And Jeffcoat is there. Now the Cowboys will use their final timeout. Ed Too Tall Jones. That is his 13th sack of this year. That is a career high.
Now you're going to look at one of the really great defensive ends in the National Football League. Top left of your screen, 72. He's going to come around. Carl Nelson, right tackle, 63. Actually put it back over there, release the back. Now Nelson has a responsibility one-on-one on Jones, and he throws him to the outside and then goes back inside, makes the sack on Sims.
Landetta from the goal line, from the end zone, and Gordon Banks. And it's a fake, and it's picked off, and the Cowboys will recover. Dexter Quinscale, touchdown Dallas. They might now rule it was a forward pass, incomplete, and the Cowboys will take over, no touchdown.
That's exactly right.
12 with 1:05 to go in the first half. They have no timeouts left. Dallas blocked the punt last week in Cincinnati, and they were coming at Landetta. And what a remarkable sequence of events in the last 2 minutes. White, Renfro, touchdown. And White was buried after he let the ball go.
This was an excellent throw by White as he anticipated, Vern, something that at the goal line you really don't have a lot of time to do. You don't have the area to lay the football up, but it's the bottom of your screen. Renfro comes inside on Patterson, brings him back inside, goes to the corner, and then Danny has to get rid of the football because he's fixing to be sacked. And there's the completion, and there's the touchdown.
He is 10 of 12. This will be from 42 yards out. Fake. Rutledge. Cowboys take over.
This is an option. You're going to see this time the quarterback, as he takes the football, Rutledge goes down the line of scrimmage. Now, he is actually going to option this football. No good. Downs is right there to make the tackle. Can you believe that? They were going to take the quarterback and option it with the kicker?
Earlier this season, that same play worked for the Giants for a touchdown. It doesn't this time.
Well, there's the answer, huh?
Steve Ballure in his second series as a quarterback in the NFL. Still has not thrown a pass. The Cowboys with 10 yards total offense in this half. Now the first pass. It's complete. Dorsett to the 32-yard line. What does that do for the guy now? Steve Ballure, I'm talking about, Jerry. In any context, does that ease the pressure just to get the first one done?
You bet. Regardless of whether it gets any yardage or not, the fact is he dropped back, he got his feet planted, he read the coverage, he tried to go deep, they recovered, he dumps it off to Dorsett, they get 4 yards. You bet. He says, hey, all right, I can do this. I feel pretty good now. Now he's probably going to want to go deep. You know, Landry, send me in something, let me go deep.
Second down and 6. Newsom, the motion man. 8:30 to go in the game. Dorsett to the 39. That should move the chain to the first down. Lawrence Taylor made the tackle. Bill Parcells gambled and lost, at least for the moment. Called the fake field goal. Did you like that call?
Well, it surprised me, and I think that if it surprised me, he was hoping he could catch the Cowboys by surprise. It didn't work. You look at it, you give up 3 points, or a chance at 3. He's trying to get down there and get the touchdown, tie the game up. I say, okay, good call.
However, if he kicks the field goal, it's 21-17, and his team is dominating in this half. So he might have had a chance to get it and come back. So it makes the game fun. Here's Dorsett. He makes it fun, too. First down at the 48.
Right over Peterson, right over Paz. Derek, boy, good job out right sideline. And looks like Dorsett's got the afterburners on that. He just flew up through the line of scrimmage.
Dorsett has only 3 100-yard games this year.
Right side, look at Peterson go and pick up the linebacker, just turns him around, and then goes up inside, and finally Kennard, 43, the weak safety, has to come over and make the stop.
Dorsett now with 83 yards on 17 carries. Hasn't gone over 100 against New York since a foggy, wet, windy day in Giant Stadium in 1980. And the Cowboys are going to have to use a timeout because the 30-second clock had gotten down to 3 seconds. So Tom Landry's team has called timeout. 7:09 to go. That game followed by the Cowboys and the 49ers. Check the local listings for the games to be seen in your area. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw here with the Cowboys and Giants and young Steve Ballure, whose brother Scott plays linebacker for the Saints. First down and 10. Dallas with a 21-14 lead and 7:09 to go. Flags are down.
65, offense.
That is Kurt Peterson.
5 yards.
In any
first
case,
down.
could that be because of the cadence that's being called by Pelluer? It's unusual.
Well, it could be that. You know, there's several ways to call plays. Some quarterbacks, and I'll use this as kind of giving an example. We'll get up there and say, set, ready, hut one, and snap it. Now, another guy might say, set, ready, hut. And so you get the difference, and this guy has probably not taken a snap in practice in his entire 2 seasons with the Cowboys with the first unit.
First down and 15. We'll see if we can hear his cadence. Looks left. Dorsett drops the ball. And he had an acre in which to roam. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Coming out, keying the linebacker, number 55, Reasons this time as he drops back, Fleur looking right, checks, makes sure there's no blitz. As you can see over here, Williams is dropping off the corner and now he turns around. Everybody's deep, and he goes to the back, the guy he should have gone to, and then Dorsett dropped the football. 1 for 1, now the confidence is sinking.
7:05 to go in the game, 2nd down, 15. See if the Giants might have blitz on their minds. No, they don't. Pelluer going deep. Put it in there nicely, but the ball is dropped. Intended for Renfro with Gary Reasons right on it.
Well, the thing the Cowboys do not want to happen to them here, Vern, is with this young quarterback, they want to avoid the 3rd down and 15 situations. You know, they were running the football well. Then Landry says, well, let's try a couple of passes, but they haven't worked, and now they're in 3rd and 15. But this plays into the hands of the Giant defense.
Landry looks on, hoping, I'm sure, he can settle down Steve Pelluer. Danny White's got the same thought running through his mind. 3rd and 15 with 7 minutes to go in the game. Now the Giants show blitz, and they're coming. Pelluer lets it go. Caught by Carl Poe. Flag is down. Poe is not. If the play goes, it's a first down at the 25. Let's check the infraction. Defensive holding. How about the combination? Holding. Decline. First down. A second-year quarterback named Steve Pelluer from Washington to a first-year wide receiver named Carl Poe from Alabama State for one of the big plays in this game. That was a gain of 28 yards.
Top of your screen, Vern. Check Lawrence Taylor. This is just a 5-man, 6-man blitz. As Taylor comes in, the ball is out of Pelluer's hands. Very easy could have called roughing the passer that time.
Off Dorsett. Got some room. Dorsett 12 yards away from the 100-yard afternoon. That is Cornell in motion. That's Newsom with the ball, and he drives to the 1. The Cowboys, of course, have not won the division title since 1981. Back in '82, they lost their last 2 games in that strike-shortened season. They did the same thing in 1983 when they lost to Washington and San Francisco. Last year, they lost their last 2 to Washington and Miami to get out of the playoffs. They're trying to reverse a trend, just as are the Giants, who've not won a division title in 22 years. 4:18 to go. 2nd and goal. Newsom, touchdown. The kid with a key play on 3rd and 15. He found rookie Carl Poe for a 28-yard gain. From the 24. No blitz. Sims drills it. Intercepted or knocked down? Intercepted. Victor Scott.
Sims looking up at the replay board, watching it, see if he's telling Parcells, hey, that wasn't an intercept. Makes no difference. It's just an all-out rush. It's really not a blitz. Sims avoids that by getting outside and firing on the sideline, but Scott breaks in front and makes a good interception.
46 seconds to go. Ernie Stautner congratulates the second-round draft choice of a year ago. The Giants can kill it one more time. They haven't used it yet.
You noticed that Parcells shook his head then. I'm sure someone said, Coach, you want to kill the clock? And he said, no. If you kill it here, they still have 3 more downs. The game's over anyway. It makes no difference.
If the Cowboys win this, and it's still not certain, the reason they will cinch the division title is because they have swept the Giants this year. And it will be their first division title since 1981. And for New York, it's going to mean a wait of at least 23 years. Steve Pellure's 28-yard pass to rookie Carl Poe was the key in a 72-yard drive that put the Cowboys up 28-14. And Tom Landry, who had dinner with owner Wellington Mara of the Giants last week, wins his 253rd ball game in the NFL.